All right. Yep. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. One quick check with AV. Are we good here? Hello, folks. Just let me know if we are good here with the audio and video both. All clear. Great, 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 great. Hey, folks. Hey, 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 hey. Hi, everyone. Hey, Sangram, I'm good. Bhavya is asking why recorded classes are not available on app for Quant Ignite batches. Because the class has not started yet, Bhavya, for the Ignite. If you are referring to the English batch, we haven't started with the batch itself in the first place. Obviously, you won't have any recordings over there. Hey, Atab, Yashika, Supraja. Right. So, without any further ado, let's go with the class. A lot has happened. So, let's not keep you waiting any further. So, we're going to do CAT 2024 slot 2. And yes, of course, it is going to be on arithmetics, undoubtedly. We have a bunch of questions. Once again, the reason why we emphasize heavily on arithmetic is that most of you would have done some part of it, and it is also to show you that there are some nice interesting questions and questions that can fetch you those 3 marks conveniently, and that's a sign to tell you that you are on a good track, right? So I'll get started. So we're gonna have the same template. 6 questions are there. We're gonna solve them and then we'll discuss. I'll give you 2-3 minutes each question. Have a crack at it and then we'll discuss. Supraja is asking sorting class. Yes. Not yet. I probably had a refreshment. I had a juice. So probably once I finish the class, go back and probably have my dinner. No, dinner shouldn't be had this late. You cannot have it this late. But it's okay. Good evening, Anjali. Anjali was prompt in jumping into the group and sending a message. Students are waiting yesterday. We had some tech issues. We had to push it. I'm not complaining. I'm not definitely not complaining. In fact, that's a good move. Like, so you guys were waiting and someone had to pull it out. So you did that. I'm glad you did that. You don't have to be sorry about it. Right. We'll jump on and solve this question now. Have a look at this question. The question reads, Amal and Vimal together can complete a task in 150 days. I'm going to straight away write it. Amal plus Vimal, 150 days. Vimal and Sunil together can complete the same task in 100 days. Vimal plus Sunil in 100 days. Amal starts working on the task, works for 75 days. Then Vimal takes over and works for 135 days. Finally, Sunil takes over and completes the remaining task in 45 days. Now, if I say that's total work is 300 units, Amal and Vimal together can do 150 days, which will be 2 units per day. Vimal and Sunil can do it in 100 days, that will be 3 units per day. Right? We will keep it that way. It also tells me that 75 days of Amal plus 135 days of Vimal plus finally 45 days of Sunil. We have this, which is also equal to 300 units. Now technically we can say this is also equal to 150 days of Amal plus Vimal, which is again equal to 100 days of Vimal plus Sunil. Can't write 100 days. That's 100 into this. Right, you can also write it this way. We'll hold on to that. Finally, Sunil takes over and finishes it in 45 days. Now comes the condition. Now, based on this, you can look for the data and then solve for it. Now, first I want to equate these two. I'm going to have a look at these two and then say, what do we get here? 75A plus 135B plus 45S is equal to 150A plus 150B. Right? You can have it that way and then see what we can do around it. I want to think about Amal and Vimal together can do 2 units per day, right? Or straight away we can carve out these two equations instead of writing it this way. Carve out these two equations. A plus B is equal to 2, V plus S is equal to 3. Subtract these two, you will get S minus A is equal to 1. S minus A is equal to 1, we can have that. Now I want to work around again, get another equation on S and A. So substitute this over here. 75A plus 75V. This is equal to 300, that I know. This will be equal to 150 then. Oh yeah, I want to eliminate V. My bad. You can't have this. We need to eliminate V here. So multiply this equation by 135. 135A plus 135V is equal to, multiply this 135 into 2 is 270. So solve for this, minus, subtract this gets cancelled. This will be minus 60A plus 45V is equal to 30. Or I can write minus 60A plus 45V is equal to 30. Multiply this equation by minus 60. So this will become 60A minus 60V minus 60V is equal to minus 60. So cancel this out, you will have minus 15V is equal to minus 30. V is equal to 2. V does 2 units. Are we going the right track? 75 days of Amal, 135 days of Vimal. Finally, Sunil takes over and completes the remaining task in 45 days. 45 days of Sunil is 130. A plus V is equal to 150. So A plus V will be equal to 2 here. Multiply this equation by 135. Minus 60A plus 45V is equal to 30. Okay. V is equal to 2. Why? Where did I make a mistake? V equal to 2. Okay. But the problem is V cannot be 2, right? Okay. Got it. I need S and A. I've been writing S and V. I was wondering, something is amiss. It was a mistake. Yeah. Oops. A simple question, but then you don't have to take this equation then. I was wondering, what mistake was that happening? Okay. So you have S minus A. Solving these two equations, I get S minus A is equal to 1. I want to carve out S and A here, eliminate this. So, okay, we'll multiply this then. 135V plus 135S is equal to 135 into 3 will be 405. Am I right? Are we getting it right? 135V plus 135S is equal to 135 days of this will be 405. 135, 90, 90, 90, that's 405. So solving for this equation minus, take this equation itself, right? Why is this a mistake? I want to know why this mistake happened. Bring this here. I want to eliminate this 135A plus 135V is equal to 270 minus, this gets cancelled, minus 60A plus 45S is equal to 30 only, correct? Or divide this entire thing by 4, 15 minus 4A plus 3S is equal to 2. Minus 4A plus 3S is equal to 2. Multiply this equation by 3, minus 3A plus 3S is equal to 3. So this will become plus, minus. Where is the mistake happening? I'm not able to track it. V equal to 2. Getting stuck here. Let me write it from the beginning. I think that's too much. Amal plus Vimal is equal to 150 days. Vimal plus Sunil is 300 days. 100 days. 75 days of Amal plus 135 days of Vimal plus 45 days of Sunil is 300. Because I'm going to say total work is 300. That will say this is 2 units per day. This will be 3 units per day. All together give me 300 units overall. Now, if I solve these two, A minus S is equal to minus 1 or S minus A is equal to 1. We'll keep that equation. I need an S and A. So bring this here. S and A is needed. 135A plus 135V is equal to 2 into 135 is 270. So minus and minus, this gets cancelled. $75 and 135 is 60 only. 60A is equal to 60A plus 45S is equal to 30 minus 60A divided by 15. 4A minus 4A plus 3S is equal to 2 minus 4A plus 3S is equal to 2. Bring this here. I want to multiply this entire equation by plus minus 4. 4A minus 4S is equal to minus 4. S is equal to 2. Okay. S is equal to 2. Got it right. Was someone pointing out that to me? Sorry. We got that in the right track only in the very beginning. The moment I saw V equal to 2, I was wondering, how can V be 2? If V is 2, A has to be 0. Can't happen. But then the equations were right. The solving were all right. Out of dumbness, I wrote V equal to 2. The equations were all right. So S is equal to 2 only. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I had to spend quite a lot of time on this part. So S is equal to 2. We have that. Put S equal to 2, you will get V equal to 1. A also equal to 1. Spent too much time on this one dumb mistake. See, I'm quite embarrassed about that. So S can do 2 units a day, V can do 1 unit a day, A can do 1 unit a day. We have these 3 values. Is anyone still confused? It's not confusion. It's on me. Write the equation. I found A and V together can do 2 units a day. V and S can do 3 units a day. 75 days of A, 135 days of V and 45 days of S gives us 300 units because the total work is 300 units. So I'm solving 3 equations simultaneously and found all the 3 values of S, V and A. That's all. Clear, Chaudhary? We got this simple thing. I think I complicated it a little too much because of one mistake. Now the condition says Amal had started the task alone and worked on all days. Vimal had worked on every second day and Sunil had worked on every third day. So if I look at a chart like this, on the first day, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. And if I look on a day basis to see who all worked, first if I look at Amal, he works on all days. Day 1, day 2, day 3, he works on all days. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm going to do it only till 6 for a reason. I'll show you why. Vimal had worked on every second day. Every second day we had Vimal. Vimal comes on day 2, day 4, day 6. And Sunil works on every third day, which means Sunil comes on day 3 and then day 6 and so on. If they continue to do the work in this pattern, then the number of days required to complete the work. We do cyclic patterns. We have already done that in the previous classes. I think we did 2 questions in the previous slots as well. So I am looking for a cycle and I know the cycle will happen every 6 days. Why? Amal works on all days. That's not a problem. Sunil works on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Vimal works on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sunil works on 3, 6, 9, 12. So here the pattern ends. Again, if you start from here, every second day you'll have Vimal and every third day you'll have Sunil. So for every 6th day, we carve out a pattern and I'm going to use that pattern. For every 6 days, how many units gets over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 units in every 6 days. For every 6 days, 13 units. So 60 days, 130 units, 120 days, 260 units, but I have to go till 300 units. I have to go to 300 units. Again, I know for every 6 days, I'll get 13 units. So 126 days, I'll get another 13 units, which is 273. 132 days, we get another 13 units, 286. 138 days, another 13 units, you will get 299. On the 139th day, Amal will again come and work. He will only come and work. He will take 1 whole day to finish it, which means on 139 days, you would have completed the entire work. So the answer is 139. Apologies. That one variable I made a mistake. I was thinking, how can V be equal to 2? I didn't realize I made a blunder. 139 is the answer. It's a cyclic question pattern. We have done this multiple times. So keep practicing this idea. This will work. Clear? We'll hop on to the next question. I think everyone's getting it. How do we get total work as 300? Let's do that official. We assume total work with a given LCM 150 and 100. LCM of 150 and 100, we take it to be 300. It's an LCM method. It's a method that we follow called the LCM method. Right? No, Atharv, it's not 138.46. It's 139 exactly. On 139th day, Amal alone will come. He will do only 1 unit. From 299, it will do 1 unit and it becomes 300. Exactly 139 days. Not 138.46. Don't make that mistake. Have a look at this question. This question is dead easy. Sometimes I wonder, how do they even come up with questions like these? Right? So look at this question. Dumb question, utterly. Check this out. Beena incurs 19% loss when she sells a product at 4680 to Shyam. So Beena has a cost price. When Beena sells it to Shyam, she sells it at a 19% loss at 4860. So can I say her selling price is going to be at a loss of 19%, which is 81% of cost price, or CP is equal to 4860 into 100 divided by 81. 486 goes well in 9. 81 goes well in 9. Let me divide it with 9. This is 45. 450 is 50 times 50 and 4. This is 54. 540 and 9. 60. So cost price is equal to 6000. So Beena's cost price is 6000. Shyam buys it at 4860. Now the question is, if Beena would have sold this product to Shyam at the purchase price of Hari, she would have made 17% profit. So what Shyam does is, Shyam sells it to Hari at some price. I don't know what that price is, but they are telling me if Beena sells it at this price, whatever price that Hari buys, she would have made a 17% profit. 17% profit on what? On her cost price. So this value will be 1.17 times my 6000 rupees. If she had sold at this price to Shyam, she would have made a 17% profit. Now what is this value? 20% is 1200. 20% is 1,200. 180. 1020. Am I right? This is going to be, what is 1.17 into 6? 117 into 6. 600. 660. 7020. Yes. Can someone verify? Yup. That is 7020. Now the question is, what does the question say? If Beena would have sold this product to Shyam, Beena had sold it at Shyam here, at the purchase price of Hari, should have obtained a 17% profit. Then the profit made by Shyam is, so what is the profit made by Shyam? Shyam bought it at 4860, sold it at 7020, which means there's a 160 here, 140 here, 20 here, 160. Am I getting 2160? That will be our answer. That easy. So this Beena sells it to Shyam at 4860, making a 19% loss. Straight away you can find the cost price of Beena and reserve it. And it says that if Beena sold this price, whatever price that Hari sold, Shyam sold here, B naught sold it at that price, she would have made a 17% profit. So from 6,000, 17% profit is 7020. That's the selling price of Shyam, cost price of Hari. So Shyam buys it at 4860, sells it at 7020, which means he's making a profit of 2160. That's it. I don't think this was an MCQ question. For all you know, it could have been. In a haste, I probably would have missed out on the options. Maybe it is a one. Check it out. Check it out. Right? Simple idea. Nothing fancy here. Ha. Almost 2024 had a bunch of questions. They were also quite boring. One such question is this. A question that's easy provided you plug in your values properly, but then it is a lengthy thing. Have a look at it. We'll discuss. Previous one is a question for as a reward for all the effort that you have put. Everyone pray that you get questions like that in 2026 as well. Right. We'll do this question now. A company has 40 employees whose names are listed in a certain order. In the year 2022, the average bonus of the first 30 employees was 40,000. Last 30 employees was 60,000. And the first and the last 10 employees together was 50,000. Next year, the average bonus of the first 10 employees increased by 100%. Of the last 10 employees increased by 200%, and of the remaining employees was unchanged. Feeling sad for the middle 20 people. That's unfair. Then the average bonus in rupees of all the 40 employees together in 2023 was. I'm going to nicely carve out a different idea here. There's 40 people. They're talking about first 30, last 30, first 10 and last 10. It's nice. So what I want to think about this, I'm going to think about this 40 members as 4 groups of 10 each. Let's call the first 10 to be A, second 10 to be B, third 10 to be C, fourth 10 to be D. First 10, second 10, third 10, fourth 10 employees. That's all. Now it says that average of the first 30 employees is 40,000. So this value is 30 into 40, 40K. So or I can say A plus B plus C is equal to 120K. The total of the first 30 employees is 120K, 30 into 40K. Then we also happen to have last 30 employees is 60,000, which means B, C and D is going to be 30 into 60K total salary. So this I can write it as B plus C plus D is equal to 180K. I'll write it correspondingly so that it becomes easy. Is equal to 120K. And then finally it is also given as average of the first 10 and the last 10 is 50,000, which means this and this put together is 20 into 50K, because average is 50K for 20 members. So this will become B plus C is equal to 100K. Right? nice and neat when you know how to write your equations, when you know how to plug them in, everything becomes a piece of cake. Utter easy way. Now, I can nicely add all of them. I'm thinking about, sorry, not B plus C, A plus D. First and the last one. A plus D. Now, when you add all of this, you will get 2A plus 2B plus 2C plus 2D is equal to 400K, or A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 200K. Right? Now notice this, ABC is 120K, ABCD is 200K. From here I can nicely say D is 80K. You can say that 1200. Thank you. All of them need to have 1 0 extra. Thank you for spotting it out. Appreciate that. I don't think that would have really mattered to me, but then yeah. Thank you, thank you. $40,000 and 30, yes, 2000K. Right, now we have this. Now once again, from here I notice this will be 800K. Oh wait, 800K will be 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs. Okay, fine. We'll go with it. I'll continue to do it. Fine. Now ABCD is 2000, BCD is 1800. So A is 200, which means B and C together, this is 200, that's 800. So this has to be another 100. Right? This needs to be another 100. Now what does the question say? Average bonus of the first 10 employees increased by 100%, which means this value has become 100% increase. This is 400 now. Average of the last 10 employees increased by 200%, which is 3 times the value, which is 2400K. Whereas average of the middle 20 employees remained unchanged. This did not change. The average bonus in rupees of 40 employees will be 400 plus 100 plus 24,400 divided by 4. 400K, 100K, oh this is 1000K, oh 1000K, sorry, which will be 3,800 by 4. 3,800, 3,600 is 900, 950, 95,000. Yes, 95,000 it is. That's all. Substitute it. I have a problem with writing multiple zeros. It will all fall in place. You'll get your value. This is a classic way of writing your averages. Rather than plugging in some average and all those things, write your equations. That will take you forward without any hesitation. There won't be a problem about it. Right? Any doubts? Question 3 is B. 95,000. Brilliant. Bravo. Next one. A fruit seller has stock of mangoes, bananas and apples. least one fruit of each type. At the beginning of a day, the number of mangoes make up 40% of his stock. That day, he sells half the number of mangoes, 96 bananas, 40% of the apples. At the end of the day, he ends up selling 50% of the fruits. The smallest possible total number of fruits in the stock at the beginning of the days. Plug in your variables accordingly. This will happen to solve all by itself. But you have to keep in mind that they are asking for minimum value of number of fruits. So there's a condition on the variables that you pick in. Go for it. So we have mangoes, bananas, apples. So that's MBA. We know what MBA stands for. It stands for mangoes, bananas and apples, not the one that you think. So at the beginning of the day, the number of mangoes make up 40% of his stock. Whatever the total stock was, 40% of the stock is mangoes. So I'm going to say total stock was 5x. So 40% stock will become 2x. Pick your variables and numbers. Play with the numbers that makes it convenient for you. That day, he sells 96 bananas. He sold 96 bananas. And then 40% of the apples. He sold whatever value here. If I say 5y again, I'm going to call this 5y. 40% of the apples would become 2y. He sells half of the mangoes. Half of the mangoes will be x. At the end of the day, he ends up selling 50% of the fruits, which will be 2.5x. So this plus this plus this will become 2.5x. This you can write it as 3x minus 5y. So total is 5x. 2x has gone for mangoes. This has gone for apples. So this will become 3x minus 5y. You can write that variable here, but I'm not going to write it. I'm going to continue beyond it. X plus 96 plus 2y is equal to 2.5x. Now I'm multiplied by 2. 2x plus 192 plus 4y is equal to 5x. Take that over there. You will have 3x is equal to 192 plus 4y. X is equal to 192 plus 4y by 3. I'm going to straight away solve it. I'm going to plug in, look for trial and error, look for one value that will suit here, and then we are through. If I put y equal to 0, this gets perfectly divided, right? Y equals to 0. You will get 192 by 63, which will become 64. X is equal to 64. Right? X equals to. That's the first thing that comes to me. But then the question clearly said at least one fruit of each type. Y cannot be 0. Can't put y equal to 0. So what is the next value of y that I can put? I can put y equal to 3 because this is already a multiple of 3. This needs to be a multiple of 3. So I'm going to put y equals to 3. If I put y equal to 3, this will become 192 plus 12, 204. 204 by 3 will be 60, 68. So x is equal to 68. So this will become 68 into 5. That will be 340. This will be 136. So 340 minus 136, and then there's some bananas here. I'm done. The question is the smallest possible value of number of fruits is 340. Dead easy. I'm super happy that these are all questions that came in the previous years, and I'm hoping that we continue to get the same. 2025 was also equally easy, but then we already spoke about it. that happened to be one of the most boring papers that I have ever personally come across. It was so boring that I took a nap in between. It was that boring. I didn't feel like writing at all. So it was all lengthy. At least this question had something to work around. That paper absolutely had not even that. Barely one or two questions with some nice carved out steps to solve it. Unlike this, at least here you think about what values of x and y will go there. There it was brute forcing every now and then. Right. So the answer for this question is 340. Absolutely. Quickly we'll jump on to the next question. Have a look at this. Another juicy question for us to grab and take 3 marks. Right. Anil invests 22,000 for 6 years in a scheme with 4% interest per annum compounded half yearly. Separately, Sunil invests a certain amount in the same scheme for 5 years and then reinvests the entire amount and receives at the end of 5 years for 1 year at 10% simple interest. If the amounts received by both at the end of 6 years are equal, then the initial investment in rupees made by Sunil. These are questions that you shouldn't be taking more than a minute and a half, 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then you wrap it up. It simply says 22,000 invested at 4% per annum, compounded half yearly for 6 years. So 1 year there are 2 halves, 6 years there are 12 halves. So you have to compound it 12 times. 4% per annum becomes 2% a half. So you have to compound 2% 12 times, which will be simply 1.02 the whole power 12, which is equivalent to Sunil's investment in the same scheme for 5 years, which will be 1.02 the whole power 10, because 5 years will have 10 halves. Takes out that entire amount, invested for 10% simple interest, which is into 1.1. That's all. He gets 10% more on that value. So 1.0 to the whole power 10, this becomes square. And my eyes light up the moment I see 1.1 and then I see 22. Nice. So S is equal to 22,000 into 1.02 whole square. 102 plus 2 is 104. 2 square is 04. So that's 10404 divided by 1.1. So this will be 20 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 decimals. So S is equal to 20808. Answer option B. Shouldn't even take us a long time. 3 steps and then you have your answer. The one challenge with the question, not challenge, one thing that you might not like is it's a big one, like 4 lines. The moment we see long questions, our mood slightly gets turned off. But then in reality, these are questions that I sincerely hope you get in the first 2-3 questions that will boost your confidence and at the same time give you those 3 marks. Right? Any doubts? I think we just have one more question then. Have a look at this. I'll give you a minute or two and then we'll solve. Actually, I'm glad that you're scared about taking a mock. All the more reasons for you to take one then. I was talking about this the other day. Your mock scores doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter if it's your first mock, first 5 mocks. In fact, I'll go to the extent of giving you a tolerance of 5 mocks here. Your scores do not matter until you start feeling good. Until you feel like, hey, I think I've gotten an idea about this. I think I'm prepared, I'm ready. When you feel like that, that's where your mock scores start to matter. Until then, I'm telling you, you can't. But even if you get minus 68 marks in the paper, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Get all negatives, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, let's have a look at this question. When Rajesh's age was the same as the present age of Garima. So present age of Garima, but then Rajesh was that. If he was that, the ratio of their ages was 3:2. When Garima's age becomes the same as the present age of Rajesh, the ratio of the ages of Rajesh and Garima will become what? I like this question. Based on the question, I understand that Rajesh is the guy older than Garima. We have that. So, when Rajesh was Garima present age, it was 3:2, right? Rajesh and Garima, 3x, 2x. That was the case. Correct? 3x and 2x. Present age. Now, presently, Garima has become 3x because this is Garima's present age. If Garima's present age here was put over here, that would have been 3x and 2x. So, what is Garima's present age then? 3x. That's all. The moment you get this, the only challenge here is picking out this idea. If I have gotten this idea, from here there's nothing. Check it out. Garima has gone from 2x to 3x. From 2x, Garima has gone to 3x. So Rajesh, who was 3x, where will he go? 4x only, right? That's all. So this is Garima's percentage. If Rajesh was that, the ratios were 3x and 2x. So if Rajesh is 3x, Garima is 2x. Now the percentage of Garima is 3x. So from 2 to 3 as she has gone, obviously Rajesh will go from 3 to 4. So 4:3 is their present ratio. But the question is not that. The question is asking, when Garima's age becomes the same present age of Rajesh, what is if Garima becomes Rajesh percentage, which is Rajesh percentage is 4x. If Garima becomes that 4x, once again from 3x to 4x, Garima has gone. So Rajesh has to come from 4x to 5x. So the ratio will be 5:4. Don't sweat. Take 30-40 seconds. Plug in your answer. Get 3 marks. Move on to the next question. There's absolutely nothing you can hope for. In fact, I'm telling you, these are questions. The one reason that I picked these questions, if you had noticed, the last 5 sessions we have done arithmetic practice boosters. So 6 into 30 questions, all of them happen to be from PYQs in the last 5 papers. You have to understand 2025 and 2024 is what I've carried out from, which gives you an understanding of what type of difficulty you can see in arithmetic now. So I'm hoping we continue the trend, we continue to get questions of the same difficulty so that we can get at least 6 questions in the bag and get 18 marks. And we are already looking at the 90th percentile from there. 90th percentile to 99th percentile is only a matter of time from there, right? Any doubts? Beautiful questions, beautiful set of questions. Absolutely, it's a fun solving questions of this type, except for the first question where I screwed it up by one variable. It happens to everyone. It happens to me too. Where is human? I spent 7 minutes on that, right? So hang on, keep solving. As I tell you, keep asking, keep growing, keep solving, get better. Be a curious animal so that you can do better, right? So you are pretty much done with it. In case if you haven't joined the channels, scan the QRs. It will take you to the channel. Join there where we share every information that you need to know. If you are already there, basically done for the day. All the best. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you. Will we be doing tough PYQs too? Yes. As we gradually move down, start doing challenging ones. Like what we do in class. We don't get away with simple questions, right? If I start giving you all simple questions, you will start getting too heavy on your head, which we don't want to. All right then, folks. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class, the next session.